Hey, what's going on, guys? Everyday Gunplay here, and we are back. This is gonna be kind of a funny one today. We are back today with the number AK-12, or excuse me, the No.AK 12 Police Zaku knockoff. Now, if you guys know, last year the Police Zaku was released by Bandai. It cost roughly $30 on initial release and dropped down to about $23. This thing, however, we'll talk about the price on this thing and whether it's worth the hassles that you're going to go through with this thing. First off, straight out the box, you have 8 runners with some weapons. Of course, you get the standard Police Zaku, or excuse me, the Police Zaku. You get the Police Baton. You get the Heat Hawk, which is standard on all Zakus. And then you get the kind of retro, changed a little bit, I think it's the 120 millimeter machine gun. And yeah, let's get into this build exactly. So straight off the bat, this build is fucking terrible. And when I say that, it's very, very cheap plastic. And you can tell that the plastic's cheap. They give you this little fold out book. Takes about like 2 seconds to go through it. It comes with probably the shittiest stickers I've ever encountered in my life on a model kit. And the reason why I'm laughing is because you guys are really gonna enjoy this one, honestly. The reason why I'm laughing is because this is so poorly made with so much poor, cheap parts that it's actually comical that they put this out. But at the same time, I get why they put it out, because this is the first company to do a knockoff of the Police Zaku. And I think they wanted to rush it out and be the first guys to be like, yeah, this is our product. So you got stuck with this. How's the build quality on this thing? It's the building it is easy, but every single piece of plastic, you feel the cheapness. You feel the cheapness on this one. The plastic feels oily. The plastic feels weak. And then it feels too strong in some parts when you're trying to put stuff together and you're like, why isn't this going together? And then you have to do a little bit of sanding here and there. I don't think I've ever used as much glue on a kit that I've used on this little kit. And I'm not even joking. I glued so much stuff together that it's actually comical. I gotta laugh about it because stuff just wouldn't stay together. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna glue it, you know? And that's okay with stuff like this. With cheap kits like this, and I'm telling you guys, this thing is dirt cheap. And that's why it's going to get the score it's getting, and you guys are going to be probably a little bit surprised. But this thing is dirt cheap, and this company knew it was dirt cheap. I was putting this arm together right here. You guys see that little peg right there? And I'm like shimmying up into the shield arm. That thing completely broke. I put it in, and once I like put the arm cover over it, this on the left side here with the shield shoulder, this thing broke. And all I did was put it down, guys. All I did was put this thing down after I shimmied the peg in there. And I went to move it and just move the arm up just to like do a little bit of bending for articulation. And it just broke. What? Nothing, like it wasn't tight. The peg was able to move around and spin. And it just, for some reason, it just cracked in half. And I just started laughing. I'm like, this is amazing. This is amazing stuff. So we got through that. I had to glue the arm. So when I'm doing some of the poses, I didn't do a lot more posing because the arm just couldn't move. So I just adjusted the arm to do the poses that it was able to do without me bending it. What I did do though was I put some metal wiring in it, just because I still wanted to have a little bit of like some sort of a bend just in case. But other than that, dude, oh my God, I was just cracking up the whole time. The legs actually were pretty cool. The legs was actually probably the easiest part of this build, I'd say, because everything just snaps together. I think they really took a lot of detail and they absolutely crushed it with the legs for this thing. But I feel like if these guys just went back and they just adjusted some things, some minor tweaks to this kit would be for its price point, it would be a slam dunk, an easy 9 out of 10 knockoff. But with all the issues, especially the stickers, these stickers are the most hit or miss stickers I've used on a kit ever, guys. As far as the biggest cons for this, let's talk about that. Stickers. The stickers just fall off. They don't stick. And if they do stick, they pop off immediately. I painted a lot of this stuff just because I wanted to see, like, you know, what I could do with customization. So I took one of my Gunpla or my Gundam paint markers, and I just painted all the white stuff. That's why you see a little bit of jank with the white on the arms and on the legs right here. But I painted all this. I didn't even, except for the knees. Those actually stuck, but they stuck in an awkward position. Those were okay, you know? And as far as the other cons, the broken arm, the cheap feeling plastic, the color's completely off. But you know what? That's actually not crazy, you know? Like, that's for the price point for this thing. And you guys are gonna be kind of like, oh man, that makes sense. It's not bad. As far as pros, the pros are it looks good. They definitely nailed the look of the Police Zaku from the Bandai version. The accessories, I mean, it's just a heat hawk. The machine gun's pretty cool though. I do like the police baton. That's actually pretty fire. The look looks good, you know, like I said, it looks good. You can definitely customize this. I would say if you're gonna buy these, buy a bunch of them and make armies. You don't even gotta do Police Zaku armies. You repaint these, use them for dioramas. These are definitely diorama friendly kits for sure, guys. Like, if you're looking for, like, you know how you guys are like building dioramas on the internet, and you guys are like doing like a shit ton of kits. If you really wanted that Police Zaku reenactment, or excuse me, that Zaku G-Quux reenactment, and you wanted to paint it all types of different colors, you wanted to go desert route, you wanted to go high mobility, all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you have that with this cheap kit for sure. Now, as far as articulation, the legs are crap. I don't know, I haven't built the Bandai one, but these legs are terrible for posing. They look good, they're just very bad at posing for articulation. So take that with a grain of salt. The arms are free moving. If that arm wasn't broken on the shoulder on the right side, if that right arm wasn't broken, the arms would be great for posing. But these legs are dog. So take that and keep that in mind, guys. If you know what I mean, like if you're trying to pose these for dioramas and stuff, the legs really don't have that much articulation. So what do I think of this kit overall? It's okay. I think for a company putting out a third-party Police Zaku, if you can't afford the $25 for one, this is definitely a decent alternative if you take everything with a grain of salt. Who's this for? I want to say everybody, but you got to be very delicate with this thing. So I'd say everyone can build this thing. Just be cautious. What do I rate this kit? It gets a 4 out of 5. Or excuse me, 4 out of 5. It gets a 4 out of 10. And it gets a 4 out of 10 because it's only $11, guys. $11 shipped. That's why this thing is not a 1 or a 2. $11 for this thing. You really can't beat that price point. Yes, it's shitty. Yes, it could break. Yes, it probably will break. But for 11 bucks, pick this thing up. Pick up like 12 of these motherfuckers. If you like the content, subscribe. I'm Everyday Gunpla. See you in the next one.